Welcome back to the Art of Boat Building. We left off in the last episode where I got the deck attached to the hull of our Little Auk kayak. Well, I made a mistake, so let me show you what that is and how I'm going to fix it. Well, the next step of the build is to put seam tape along the parting seam on the inside of the kayak. So installing it in the fore part of the kayak will not be that difficult because I'll have easy access to get in there. Now I'm going to use carbon fiber because I have carbon fiber on the inside, and we will make up that tape in a little while. But my mistake is back here on the aft end because I put in this bulkhead. With that bulkhead in there, I don't have access to the back. So one of the things that I have considered was to put a hatch back here. That would not be that difficult. I don't really need this to have a hatch that you could keep equipment in it. It would only probably be an inspection hatch. So in talking to Nick Shotted about it this week, we came up with the conclusion that perhaps the inspection hatch should be here on the bulkhead. So before I explain on how I'm going to fix that problem, let me explain a little bit on how I got myself to this position. So typically on a strip planked kayak, you would glass the outside of the deck and hull before you took the forms out of the inside. Now, that reason for that is that then the hull and the deck will keep its shape better. Now, I didn't do that, and my reasoning is this. Because of the shape of the kayak, it has a very, especially at midship here, it has a very soft shear. By soft, I mean it doesn't have a hard shear as it does at the fore and aft ends of the kayak. Now, because of that, I wanted to be able to have the opportunity to fare that parting line when I got the two together. In order to do that, I couldn't have fiberglass on the outside of the deck and hull. Now, typically, depending on the design of the kayak, some kayaks have a very hard shear, and then it's not hard to match those two up when you have the deck and the hull already glassed. Now, the other part of that is that I want the kayak to be very dark. So I wanted to stain the kayak. So that also adds another layer of that I really couldn't put glass on the kayak until I have it all faired and all stained. So those are my thoughts on doing that. So why did I put that bulkhead in there? Well, I put the bulkhead in there to sort of help keep it hold its shape. And in the fore part of the kayak, I was very careful to make sure that when I put the carbon fiber inside, that it was the proper width by using some bars and a stretcher essentially to keep the hull where it needed to be. And the same thing I did that for the deck. So we're here now with the dilemma of trying to get to those seams on the back. So what I've determined is, how do I get a hatch cut into the bulkhead now that it's already in the boat? When I talked to Nick, we talked about some kind of a hatch in here, but it really needs to be big enough that I can actually access and get some glass tape on those parting line seams. So then we talked about maybe making it really a big hatch and keeping a couple of inches around the entire bulkhead. That would have been a great idea had I thought about it before I put the bulkhead in. So right now I've got a little challenge in trying to figure out well, what tool do I cut that with? And how do I do it so that it's very nice and neat? One way would be a router, but it's pretty tight in there. The trim router that I have does not have a round base, it has a square base. It'd be very difficult to get very close to the edge here with my router. The other way is to use a small bonsai saw like this one, which I've used many times to cut, well, I used it to cut the cockpit open. Again, it's going to be very difficult to get in there and to go all the way around there. So in thinking about it, I think the simplest thing is to completely remove the bulkhead. Then I can have it on my bench and I can cut a circle in there very easily. Or actually, I probably will just cut a circle because then it will just be an inspection hatch. So how am I going to get that out of there? Well, I'm going to do that with my oscillating multi-tool. You can see now I can get really good access to that seam, which is right along here. You saw that I put that blue tape on here because my tool was scratching up the surface. It just went through a little bit of the surface of the epoxy. It did not go into the carbon fiber. Actually, if I get it a little wet, you can see that it disappears. Anyway, just a little bit of light sanding on there, and then when I put my finished varnish coat on there, that'll all be taken care of. So the next step is to prepare some fiberglass strips to put in here and get that seam tightened up. I'm using fiberglass tape in the fore and aft sections as it's a traditional way and it's easier to roll up for the install. I'll be using carbon fiber in the cockpit area. To start, I wet out the fiberglass tape on a flat surface. I then made a neat little roll of the tape. I used a brush attached to a stick to extend my reach. For the carbon fiber section in the cockpit, I'm using the pre-pregnation process, or pre-preg for short, as I have done in earlier videos. Now that all that seam tape has cured, I can now remove all of the strapping tape that was holding the deck and the hull together. So now that I've got it all sitting upright, there's one more little spot that I need to work on. Well, that is this little spot right up here at the stem. For some reason, the deck is about 1/4 of an inch shorter than it was originally. Now, it fit perfectly on the back, and you can see here where I've even already got it faired out. But what do I need to do is to basically make this longer. Now, since the grain of the stem is running, this is the end grain of it, I could take a small piece of planking and I could go in this way, but you're going to see this seam across here regardless. Since that is the end grain, I'm going to put this little 1/4 inch piece in here so that this end grain is coming up, and end grain to end grain, the joint will seem less noticeable as it would if it were flat grain to flat grain like that. So that's what I'm going to do next, is I'm going to fasten this in here, and the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to set the piece on here, and then I'm going to take my saw and I'm going to saw down there at the same angle so that that little piece of planking will slip right in there. Now it fits in there like that. So now what I'll need to do is to cut the bottom off at the same angle right here as this, the bottom of it. So that's the next thing to do, is to saw that off. That fits in there pretty good. So now I'm going to glue that in with some CA glue. Well, that's about as good as that's going to get. I'm actually pretty happy with the way it looks. So the next step now is to start fairing the hull. So you can see along in here where it's a little rough and a lot of glue seepage. So the way that I'm going to do that is with my little block plane. And what basically, this is actually one of my favorite parts because it's actually like sculpting. So we'll just take our plane and we'll start going along here. And we'll start rounding that off and blending it all together. So as you can see, it's going to take a little bit of time. So I'm going to work on fairing this out in the next week. And once I get it all faired and sanded, then we can get the kayak stained. So that's all coming up in the next episode. So as always, thanks for watching. And remember, if you're going to make it beautiful.